Hi, I'm Thomas. I just completed 10 straight days of treatment here with Dr. Jody. I feel much better. It hasn't hurt at all since the very first day when I eat now. My energy level is back. I feel better. I don't have headaches. I feel like myself again. So I just completed 10 days and I don't have to come back here to the center to see Dr. Jody for 2 months. So that's a pretty big deal. And the only things that weren't super comfortable was when he went pushing on certain areas, but it was over within that 2 seconds. So none of it was painful. Yeah, it's all easy.
Okay.
Just gotta follow directions.
Hi, I'm Cindy. I'm Thomas's mom, and I've been with him now through the 10 days of treatment, and it's been exciting watching all the progress during this time. We've gone from not being able to eat without pain to being able to eat anything, including pizzas and hamburgers, and his appetite is back. He's enjoying mealtime, and this week I've noticed before he couldn't regulate his temperature, and I'm noticing that's coming back, and I've noticed his memory is coming back, and he was having troubles with his throat closing up, and that has stopped. And so we're really excited to have our son back in the future now. There was one thing that really stood out to me is all of the testing he always had, we always thought that something would show up, and nothing ever did. And now we could finally understand that what is happening is with the electrical system that will not show up on these tests. And that was really comforting to know that that's what was going on, and why doctors couldn't find anything, why no medicines couldn't find anything. It's really great to have a treatment that is non-invasive and where you don't have to take all this medicine with all these horrible side effects. So we're looking forward to our days now. Dr. Jody's testing it addressed the things that we saw and knew were a problem. Like, for example, when Thomas would stand up, he would get very lightheaded. And the doctors were like, oh no, your blood pressure's fine. In fact, maybe it's too high in here, because he hated doctors and it always went way up. But Dr. Jody was able to put blood pressure cuffs on each arm and have him go through motions, and we could actually see the difference between the two sides of his body. Different cognitive tests too, such as walking and trying to recite something. I actually saw to where he froze and couldn't walk properly while trying to think, and now it's a breeze for him to do any of that stuff. That was the most dramatic improvement, like on the first day we saw that, and they make sense. It's dealing with like blood pressure and your breathing, your heart rate, and it's tests that don't hurt either, and you could see right there what's going on. One of the things going through this whole problem with Thomas's health is he would wait until it got to where he couldn't stand it anymore, and we would try another round of doctors or another test. And this last time, when I saw that he was in need of medical intervention of some kind, I knew that going back to a regular doctor was going to be the same story. You know, let's do tests, let's take drugs, and then nothing in the end. And I just had a real sense that he needed something different, and that's when we found Dr. Jody. And the way that he could connect the brain with the body is amazing, and that was the main difference. You know, we went the whole thing of having to see a psychiatrist because they thought Thomas had issues, or it was stress, and we went through so many different diet changes, and this was a really welcomed relief. And at first it's hard to believe that something's going to make a difference, but this really has given Thomas back his life again.